Hello everyone, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate and I'm a professional makeup artist based in England. So today I'm going to show you how I did this really quick and easy, grungy, sort of 90s inspired smoky eye. This is perfect for anyone that doesn't have a lot of time, doesn't want to put loads of effort in and doesn't want to use a million products and brushes. All it's going to take is a couple of products and a couple of brushes and about 10 minutes of your time. So if you want to see how I did this, please keep watching. Hello everyone, I have finally got a camera that I can record on. Like, I have a DSLR camera but it's not great for filming, so I always film on my phone, and my phone, she cannot take it anymore. She literally is about to explode. My battery is absolutely done and dusted and it overheats all the time, and it's just an absolute mission to try and film long form content. But now I finally have this guy, so if anything looks different, that is why. Hopefully everything looks and sounds okay, but we will see. I've got a little bit of a 90s vibe going on today, so I thought this is the perfect time to do a super easy, grungy, smoky eye that's literally going to take you like 10 minutes. I may have briefly mentioned these products before, but we're going to be using the Melt Cosmetics Melt It liquid eyeshadows. Now these might look a little bit intimidating, but they are so easy to work with and the pigment is insane. So this is how you're going to get a super quick, effortless smoky eye. So I'm going to start with the Kaleidos Tone Activator. I'm going to use this as a primer on my lid. You don't really need much of a primer with these shadows because they are a liquid base in themselves, but just because I have a little bit of discoloration, I'm going to go in with this primer and just take a big fluffy brush and just start to blend that out. I'm focusing more of this up towards the brow bone because there's not going to be as much shadow there. So I'm going to take the shade Double Shot, which is this really nice sort of like neutral brown, and I'm just going to dot, literally like dot that much onto the lid, because you will see how far this product goes. Fluffy brush from What's Up Beauty, it's R102, and I'm just starting to blend this out so you can see, literally, I've probably actually used too much product, how far this product goes. I'm focusing more of this on the lid. I'm not going to blend too high right now, and then I'm just going to bring whatever's left over on the brush underneath the lower lash line because I definitely use too much product. Product isn't glittery, but my brush apparently is, so you'll just have to ignore that. And once the product starts to set and turn into a powder eyeshadow, I then start to blend it up a little bit higher because you're not going to get as much colour payoff, but that's exactly what I want. I don't want all of that depth high up into the brow bone. I want to keep it darker by the root of the lashes and then have a gradual fade. I always keep the brush that I used either for my concealer or for the base on hand, and then I can kind of just like soften the edges up here just in case you bring the darker colour too high. And the beauty with these shadows is they're so versatile because you can use them at their most pigmented and kind of just pack that colour in, or you can really blend them out to a more toned down, diffused shade. And then you can always go in and just add a bit more if you want to build up the intensity again, which is generally what I do with my eyeshadow. I'll always kind of like start with a little bit, blend it out, and then go in and add more. Because I think it's easier to manage that way rather than applying way too much product to begin with and then being like, oh my god, where does it go? Where do I blend it out? And the beauty with these as well is you could probably just use one. So you could apply it, start blending it out, re-intensify the lid, blend it out again. Like, you've got quite a lot of flexibility with them. Like, as you can see, where this is more blended and it's kind of like fading into the skin, it almost looks like a different colour, but it's not. If you want like a one product smoky eye, I really recommend these. If you do want to be a bit more fancy, you can take another shade. So I'm going to go in with the shade Nudist, which is a lighter, warmer brown. What I'm going to do is actually put some of this on the back of my hand. So this is the sort of shade that it is. I'm going to take my brush, this is a bigger, fluffier brush, and just push the product in. Make sure the whole brush is sort of like coated, so you've got like an even distribution of product. You can apply directly on the lid as well, but I just find this is a bit easier to kind of manage, and I feel like it just gives me a bit of a smoother blend, but you can do whatever works for you. You can see we're just starting to add that shade in very softly, and just bring that underneath as well. And whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to start bringing down into the side of my nose contour. This is something that I really like to do generally with like all of my makeup looks. I just feel like it ties everything together, makes it look quite cohesive, which is what I like. And it's quite a subtle difference between the two sides, but it's just added an extra like layer of dimension. So now I'm just going to take my Melt Slick Waterline Pencil. This is another one of my favourite products ever. Like, I could do a whole video on these as well, but I'm just going to kind of like run this into the lash line. I'm going to tight line, waterline, do it all at the same time. And then depending on how messy you want it to be, you can either take like a small sort of like pencil brush, or you could just use your finger and just sort of like smudge that in. I struggle a little bit because my nails are quite long, so the inner corner can be a little bit of a problem, and that's when I go in with a brush. Then I'm just going back in with the first brush that I used for the darkest brown shade and starting to like just like diffuse the edges. You can use your finger as well. Again, it's meant to be pretty messy. And then you can just see having that black, especially in the waterline and tight lining, it just gives that like the impact that we all want and need. So now I'm just going to take my Jolie Beauty lash curler. You can see it has like the little separator for the lashes in there. This is my favourite lash curler ever. Like, it's so good. So I'm just going to really curl my lashes. Like, I like quite a good curl, so I sit here for a while and just pump the lashes. And you know what's so crazy? Like, I used to be such a lash girly, but I rarely wear lashes anymore. Like, I feel like I'm over my lash phase. I have been using a lash serum, so I think because my eyelashes have grown, I just don't feel the need anymore. My lashes were quite long anyway, but I feel like they've really grown. So I'm going to go in with my favourite mascara ever. This is Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I'm just going to start layering this onto the lashes. Now, I will do a few layers of this, especially with this kind of look. I do like quite a chunky lash. So I just kind of like coat to begin with. Once it's started to dry down, I then go in with like a second coat and then really wiggle it into the root of the lashes and push upwards. So we're gonna wiggle and then drag. And just add in a generous amount to the bottom lashes as well. Yeah, it's literally as easy as that. I'm just gonna go off camera and touch up my base and then do a quick lip, and then I'll be back to show you the final look. I love this lip combo. I used Greige liner from MAC, Beeline lip liner from Peaches and Cream, and then the Melt Cosmetics Bailey Sarian Judith lipstick, which is the ultimate concealer lip, but I love it. So yeah, this is what we're looking like all up close. So you can see it's just like, it's so easy, but I think it's just so impactful, and I'm all about the easy life but making a statement. So if you want something that's really quick, really simple to do, but still gives you that bit of drama, then I think this is definitely the eye look for you. So let me know if you want to see more of these sort of shorter tutorials. I think I actually mentioned in my first YouTube video that I wanted to do like a few different series. So I feel like this could be the start of my Back to Basics series. Do you want to see more of these simple tutorials that are like minimal time, minimal products? Because I feel like as much as we all love the fun and creative stuff, I understand that that's not feasible for most people's day-to-day lives. And thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when I've posted, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!